Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of NAIJATOAMERICA. On this episode, we're going to be talking to you about preparing for finals. So this video is targeted to people who are currently in school or who are studying, people who are currently in school, and you are preparing for your final exams. Final exams would most likely be in another, depending on your school's calendar, it'll be another week or 2 or 3. So this is the time to prepare for finals. Most likely you are already preparing for finals. Some people are lucky they don't have finals, they just have papers, which I was always jealous of those people. But for those of you who are preparing for finals, and you should know what to do for finals, but we're still going to tell you or give you some ideas or tips on how you can prepare better for your finals. So first point,
start preparing now.
Right now. No, actually yesterday.
Yeah.
Or last week.
Yep. Actually, if you watch one of our videos from earlier, we mentioned that your finals does not start 2 weeks before finals. Preparation for finals start your first day of your class, because unless you're writing a paper or you're in one of those classes where you don't take finals, most likely it can be a cumulative exam or an exam based off of anything between your last mid-test and where you are right now before finals. So preparation for finals starts ASAP, as soon as possible. Like now. So how can you prepare for finals? How can you start preparing now? Number one, try to get a study guide. Study guides are God sent. They're from the Lord. Your professor.
God bless you if you have a professor who does study guides.
Yeah,
love them.
Yeah, some professors don't give study guides, and that's okay. But they might give you areas of concentration. You just need to find the right terminology. Some professors don't like to prepare documents and give you things to study. They'll call it areas of concentration.
That's perfect.
Yeah, or they might just tell you, they might be hammering on something in class. That's why you need to pay attention in class. There's some professors that they'll hammer on things in class. They'll go over it. They'll ask you, are you sure you understand? Take it, guys. Take it. Take it. They want you to focus on that. They want to make sure that you understand it, that you're able to, spit it back to them during your finals. Okay? And if you don't have a study guide, or you don't have an area of concentration, or you don't know what to study for, review everything. It's unfortunate,
you just don't want to be caught unawares.
You have to review everything. Review it all. So I had a professor in college that he'll give you tests on the stories that he said in class. So some professors are like that, down to the story.
I'm memorizing your story.
But he'll use the story to explain the concept.
Oh, okay.
So you would see the same story in the exam, but if you have studied the material, then you can tie it back and say, okay, this story in the exam is time to test this thing that we learned. So pay attention to everything, review everything that you studied or that your professor has taught you, and make sure that you understand it.
Another point I would say is attend office hours. So now if you have professors who are very considerate, they would set office hours. But at this time you should probably or most likely have rounded up your classes for the semester. So they would have office hours for preparation for finals. If you don't go for office hours during the semester, and if you're wondering what office hours are, then I'm judging you right now.
Yeah.
But essentially office hours are essentially the time set aside for the time the professor sets aside for the students to come and talk to them outside of class, usually in an informal setting in their office, and ask questions or clarification on whatever was taught in class that you don't understand. So typically before finals, some professors would have office hours for to go over whatever it is you don't understand. Whatever it is you've studied during the semester, and maybe you have questions on. There's something that's still not really clear, or you want to ask more about the exam, the structure of the exam, in addition to whatever has been discussed in class. Then he will set up office hours. So find out when your professor's office hours are. Assuming there's something you want to know. You might think, oh, I'm good, I don't really need to go for office hours. I also say it helps just to get that face time with your professor. If you're in a big class and maybe they don't really know your name, that would be a good opportunity for them to get to know your name. So when they mark your script in the exam,
that you're serious.
It's imagine you're in a class of 50 and only 2 people or 3 people go for office hours. Professor is going to remember those 3 people, and it makes you stand out, I think. Another thing I would say is, in your studying, make sure you study with your classmates. So I think group studying helps. I'm not a group study person. I prefer to study on my own. But when you study with your classmates, it helps you think of things from a different perspective. It helps you maybe go over things you might have glossed over in your notes, or maybe there's something that you think you understand and a classmate can explain it better. So this is time to like make use of those group study rooms in the library, in the lab. Just go over your notes with your classmates. I think it helps. Also, when you're going over, when you're in the exam, and it's something that you guys went over in class, which might not necessarily have been something that you would have gone over on your own, but somebody explained this in class when you were studying with your classmates, and then something like that comes out in the exam. You have a good, fair understanding or fair idea of how to solve it because you've solved it before with your classmates. So in school, we used to have like group study sessions all the time, like every time before exams, the night before exams, 2 nights before exams. My classmates would just like, let's solve these past questions, let's do this, let's do that. Me, I'm like, what? You want too much. But it helps because we'll now go to the class and I remember how they were solving and writing everything on the board. I'm like, oh yeah, it gives me a good understanding. So yeah, that's so again, first point is make sure you start preparing like right now or like last week. But sure, if you're watching the video now, from right now. Second point I would say is in your preparation for finals, make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Make sure that you're getting enough rest. Make sure you're eating well. It's easy to think, oh, I'm studying for finals. After finals, I will just crash. I will just, this is what is key right now. But I think sometimes we tend to overestimate how much our bodies can take. So you push yourself, stress yourself, especially if you've had a very stressful semester, and this finals will not be like a climax. And then it will now be on the final day, you will now find out that, oh my god, I'm tired, and you can't really, you're not in your best, you're not your best self to like write your exams, or you're not in the best frame of mind because you are mentally, physically, emotionally, everything exhausted. So you can't really apply yourself. So as I was going to share a story, I was telling about it right before. So like I had this, usually I'm the type of person that I like to study before, but occasionally I will study like 2 days before the exam. And when I was in grad school, I had classes that had a lot of material to cover. Thankfully, my professor would have told me, okay, read this for exam, focus on this area, focus on this area. So I had like a whole outline that I was studying. I wanted to make sure I memorized everything because I knew that I had to write during the exam. So literally the night before the exam, like I had 2 exams on the same day. So I had 2 long study plans to cover. So I started reading. I'm like, yes, this exam I'm going to die on the line. So I ended up I'm going to die there. So I'm like, I'm going to sleep in this lab today. So I ended up, my apartment was far from campus. So I stayed in my friend's apartment that was like walking distance. Like, yes, we'll be in the lab till like 5 a.m., 3 a.m. rather. And then I'll go and sleep and I'll come back and study in the morning again. And my exam was at 8 a.m. So I ended up going to my friend's apartment like 4. I stayed for like 3 hours. By 7 o'clock again, I was up, ready for exam. When I was writing this exam, I was dozing. Lord, like this me, I was dozing, and then my brain was like literally booting. Like I will see the question. I know that I know the answer to the question because I read it. I know all the points I want to write, but it's just taking a while for the points to be coming out. I'm like, what's going on here? Oh my gosh! It took me. It was later I made the connection. Oh my god, I was actually tired, and the fact that I didn't rest well, I didn't sleep well, so my brain wasn't well rested enough for me to be able to process. Imagine I had slept well, like all those things that I read, sharp, just coming to me. But then I was like, I know the point I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to recall it, and it's taking forever. So don't over it. Know your body, know yourself. Don't overestimate your abilities. Just make sure you get enough rest, and that means you need to plan well. So you might be thinking, oh, I have time. And you just leave everything to the night before the exam, and then you now see all that you have to study, and you're like, oh, sure, I'm just sleeping this night. Yeah, that's not the right approach. Yeah. So, make sure you take care of yourself. Rest well.
Definitely. On the flip side, when I was in college, I was the type of person that it's not that I leave everything to the last minute, but sometimes the pressure helps me to take things in better. So, for every single exam, like, obviously I would have been studying and for the midterm test and all of that, but like for the final I'll not start studying at like 2 days, 3 days before. Like I might gloss over things, but it's like my brain is not really taking it because there's no pressure. There's no pressure there. So I'll literally stay up, drink Red Bull, stay up till like 4 a.m, sleep for like 3 hours, go and take the exam at 8 a.m. I crash after.
I think that's
one time though, I kind of like slept past I didn't sleep past my exam. What had happened was
what happened?
So my exam was at 8, and I set my alarm obviously, and I didn't wake up. But for some reason, my body actually woke up like 30 minutes after, like 8:30, and I was like, God.
Your exam was at 8.
Yeah.
What time did you set your alarm for?
I said probably for like 7:50 or something.
Woke up at 8:30.
And I woke up at 8:30, and my professor was very nice. He was also my advisor.
How long was this exam?
It was like an hour or so. Maybe like an hour and a half.
How did you raise? Did you shower? You just ran.
I'm exposing myself. I did not shower at all. At all.
Ain't nobody gonna know if you
change
showered.
your clothes. And I ran. And I'm not the type of person, no matter how bad it is, I will not roll over to a class in pajamas. No, we are not doing that.
We know the people that used to do
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're actually, I'll wear a pair of jeans and like a t-shirt or something.
Look decent.
Yeah. But my professor had sent me an email. It was like, Mel, did you oversleep?
Oh, so he knows.
Yeah, it was.
He
so
knows that
nice.
that's unusual.
Yeah, he's my advisor, so, and he was also my professor. It was like, Mel, did you oversleep? So I got down and
Professor
like,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah, I overslept. And then I took the test and I was done. And I mean, it went well, but it can go bad. It can go bad very quickly. Like just oversleep like that.
Don't risk
you
it.
missed it. Yeah, I mean, you need to know
Sleep
yourself.
well.
You definitely need to know yourself. Eat well, rest well, and I think our final point is it's not the end of the world. It's just one exam. It's one exam.
And if you've done your own work right during the week, if you've done your work right
from the beginning,
you should. Your finals should just be like the crowning glory of all your hard work. So don't sweat it.
Finals should not be it's either this or I die.
Yeah.
It's not that serious in this
Because
life,
really, if you've not been getting good grades throughout the semester, don't expect magic in your finals. You can get 100 over 100, but if you have C,
erase everything
that's
else.
100 in your finals will probably get you up to a B. I mean, that's good enough, but you need to know, like, study according to what you had, according to your continuous assessment. So know your grades. You should know where you are, like in terms of like your grades and what you need to get in your finals to get your desired grade. So make sure you do all that planning ahead of time, not as 2 nights before. I'm like, oh shit.
I
need to get
real die
100. If not, I will get a Z.
Yeah.
No.
If you're doing all that calculation, then it means that you've not done your work throughout the semester. And then don't get me wrong, I know things happen. Yeah. But there's only so much you can do in a final exam. If you've not done what you can during your midterms, there's not much you can do. So don't kill yourself. Okay? Don't die. It's okay. And if you don't do well, it's not the end of the world. Like in that moment,
after your finals, you feel like, oh my god, I didn't do well.
Yeah.
Maybe if you know your professor, you can go and talk to them.
Yeah.
They might be really like.
They might be willing to even do like a makeup.
Yeah, well that's true. But for finals, I don't know. But if depending on your professor and if they're nice, or they might be able to maybe use some other exam or something else.
Or something else to make up for
weight your grades somehow that you would.
Or they'll give like an just an assignment.
Yeah, that would make up for it. So if you
that.
feel like I didn't do so well in this final, like, you know the type of professor you have. Some of my professors were not understanding. I went to one of my professors after one of my exams. I didn't do so well. I was like, if you're not standing with me, what did you do? What did you write here? Oh, that's wrong. You should not have written like this. So well. Can't do it. I can't really do anything for you.
I'll just ask you a question, but we'll ask off camera.
So yeah, those are our points for preparing for finals. So if you watch this video, we hope it helps. Hope you can adopt some of our tips, especially the resting well part.
Yeah.
And if you're done with school or if you're done with finals, please share with us some of your final preparation tips, how you would prepare for your finals or how you used to prepare for finals. If you have any funny stories, please, we'd love to hear them. Any oversleeping stories? Any dozing on your paper stories? Yeah, we'd love to hear. So you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your followers.
And turn on the notifications so you know when we have new videos, okay? I see you watching like 2, 3,
and graduation
4
season is almost upon us. So
and you're not turning on the
to look forward
notification. You're not liking us, you're not subscribing. We see you and we're judging you. Okay? We're judging you. Alright, bye guys.
Yeah.